If you're running a network these days, you know the game has completely changed. The old security playbooks, they just don't work anymore. Your users are literally everywhere, and unfortunately, so are the threats. So today, we're going to dive into Cisco's answer to this puzzle, a really powerful combo of their secure internet gateway, which is called Umbrella, and SD-WAN. We're going to break down how they work together to create a security fabric that's actually built for the way we work now.
All right, let's get right into it. To really get why this matters, we first have to talk about the core problem we're all facing. The way we work has been turned upside down, right? And our networks are scrambling to keep up. But that massive shift has opened up some brand new and pretty serious security holes.
You know, for years, network security was kind of simple. You built a big, strong digital fortress around your main data center. But that model, it's completely broken. Your users are at home, in coffee shops, and your apps are in the cloud. So to give them better performance, we're using direct internet access, or DIA. But here's the catch. That traffic is now bypassing your entire central security stack. Every single one of those direct connections is now a potential front door for an attacker. The old fortress model just can't protect a world without walls.
So, if the perimeter as we knew it is gone, how in the world do you protect your users and your data? Well, the answer is a totally new approach, the Secure Internet Gateway, or SIG. Let's dig into how Cisco is using this idea to tackle security in our new, decentralized world.
A SIG is basically your entire security stack, just reimagined and delivered from the cloud. So instead of backhauling all your traffic to the main office to be inspected, which is slow and expensive, you send it to the closest entry point of a global cloud security service. This means you get the exact same powerful protection for every user, no matter what device they're on or where they're connecting from. And the best part? It makes life so much simpler for IT teams.
And this right here is Cisco's answer, Umbrella. Now, don't think of it as just one product. It's really a whole suite of security services, all working together from a single cloud platform. It brings together things like DNS layer security, a secure web gateway, a cloud firewall, all powered by incredible threat intelligence to build this really powerful multi-layered defense.
Okay, so let's peel back those layers. To really get a feel for what Umbrella is doing under the hood, we need to look at its core security engines and see how they all snap together to keep everyone safe. So first up is DNS layer security. This is your first line of defense. It's brilliant because it blocks threats at the most basic level, before a connection is even made. Now, if a request looks clean, it might then get passed to the Secure Web Gateway, or SWG. Think of this as a full-blown proxy that can do deep inspection of all your web traffic. For everything else, you've got the cloud-delivered firewall, the CDFW, which gives you visibility and control over all ports and protocols. And finally, there's the Cloud Access Security Broker, or CASB, which is a lifesaver for tackling shadow IT by letting you actually see and manage all those cloud apps your people are using.
So how does this all work in practice? Let's follow a piece of traffic as it flows through the system. First, it hits that DNS layer for a quick check. Is this a known bad domain? If it passes that test, it's sent over to the cloud-delivered firewall for a more in-depth policy check. Now, if this happens to be normal web traffic on port 80 or 443, it gets an even closer look from the Secure Web Gateway. This is where you can do things like URL filtering and advanced malware scanning. It's only after clearing all of these checkpoints that the traffic is finally given a green light to head out to the internet.
This diagram does a fantastic job of showing that intelligent workflow in action. You can see the traffic coming in from the devices at the bottom and hitting that DNS layer first. From there, it moves up to the CDW. And here's the really smart part. The firewall knows to send web traffic over to the SWG for that deep dive inspection, but it handles other things like that FTP request on port 21 directly. It's a dynamic, multi-stage inspection, and it all just happens seamlessly in the cloud.
Okay, so we've got a pretty good handle on what Umbrella is as a cloud security platform. But what happens when we combine it with a Cisco SD-WAN fabric? This, right here, is where things get truly transformative.
The whole idea here is to merge the intelligent, application-aware routing of SD-WAN with the powerful cloud security of Umbrella. When you integrate them, you can use your SD-WAN policies to automatically and intelligently steer all that direct internet access traffic from every single branch office straight to the Umbrella cloud for a full security inspection. And this solves one of the biggest headaches in networking: scale. I mean, can you imagine trying to manually configure security policies for hundreds or even thousands of remote sites? It's an absolute operational nightmare. But by integrating Umbrella with a central controller like Cisco's vManage, you solve that problem. You define your security policy one time, and vManage pushes it out and enforces it across your entire network. It doesn't matter if you have 10 sites or 10,000.
So how do we actually build this bridge? How do we create that secure connection between all our branch sites and the global Umbrella cloud? The key to making this work is one word: automation.
And this slide just lays it out perfectly. On the right, you've got the old way of doing things, the manual tunnel. We're talking static IPs, tedious configuration, and a huge risk of human error. But on the left, that's the game changer, auto tunnel. This feature automates the entire setup. It handles device registration, it dynamically finds the closest, fastest Umbrella data center, and it even manages automatic failover if there's an issue. It's all about making the connection resilient, high performance, and super easy to manage through simple, reusable templates.
And you know, the best part is that getting this up and running is just a straightforward, template-driven process right inside vManage. You basically just plug in your Umbrella credentials, you define your tunnel settings in a template, you tell your traffic where to go, and then you just apply that template to your devices. That's it. From there, the devices automatically build those secure IPsec tunnels to Umbrella. It's really that simple.
Of course, none of this security matters if it grinds your network to a halt. And that's where this number is so important. A single one of these automated IPsec tunnels can handle about 250 megabits per second of traffic. But you might be thinking, well, what about my bigger sites that need more than that? Easy? The solution is just to spin up multiple tunnels and then use a cool technique called equal cost multipath routing to load balance the traffic across them. Your security scales right along with your bandwidth needs.
All right, let's zoom all the way out now and look at the big picture. Once we've put all these pieces together, what does the final architecture actually look like? What does this really deliver for the business?
And this is it. This is the end state. A truly modern, secure, distributed network. You got all your sites, from the big corporate HQ to branch offices to remote workers at home, all connected seamlessly. The SD-WAN fabric is making sure performance is always optimized, while that Umbrella cloud provides a consistent, powerful security blanket over every single connection. This is an architecture that isn't just reacting to change, it's actually built for it.
At the end of the day, this is all about a fundamental shift in thinking. It's about aligning your security model with the reality of your network. As our apps and our users continue to move outside that old-school perimeter, our security has to go with them. So, we'll just leave you with this one question to think about. Is your security architecture really ready for a decentralized world? Thanks for joining us.